Tell me your name and the company that you work for.
My name is Andrew Beevis, and I am the product manager for North America for Hertwich Engineering.
Okay. Andrew, how long have you been working in the aluminum industry?
I've been working in the aluminum industry for close on almost 30 years now, since 1988, 87, 88.
And that's a pretty long career. How did you get started?
By mistake, I fell into the aluminum industry. I was actually working for an aerospace corporation, and I joined a company that were actually specializing in furnaces in the glass industry. And they needed a systems engineer because my degree is in electronic engineering, so I started systems engineering in their broad-based engineering department and ended up working for the aluminum division and found an interest in it, and here I am today.
Okay. You work for a few different aluminum supply companies then along the way.
Yes, I mean, originally I got into this through a company called SAS, which was now Fives Solios. I worked for them up until around 1990, 91, and then I joined Altec. And it turns out that when I joined Altec, they had an agreement with what was a much smaller engineering company at the time out of Austria called Hertwich Engineering. So what I did was I ran with that. I knew their product lines. They needed representation in North America, and I ran with that, and here I am. I met Hertwich Engineering in 1994, and here we are 21 years later.
Yeah, well, so you've been working for Hertwich for the majority of your career, and now what does Hertwich do?
Yes, what we do is we manufacture and supply heat treating and metal processing equipment into the aluminum industry. We manufacture continuous homogenizers, which probably most people associate us with. And we've recently gotten into multi-chamber furnace technology, which is melting dirty scrap and converting it into molten metal in one process. And a big part of our portfolio right now is what we call the compact remelt facility, which of course is taking scrap metal and producing fully fledged, fully homogenized billet for the forging and extrusion industry.
Okay, now that actually you've done at Service Center Metals, correct?
Yes, in actual fact, Service Center Metals was a first for us, in that we were the first time ever that we had cast a 14-inch horizontally cast billet for the extrusion industry, for any industry for that matter. And that plant has now been running for close on a year. They're producing 9-inch and 14-inch diameter billet simultaneously for the extrusion process.
Could you give a little bit more information about Service Center Metals?
Yeah, they're exactly what they are. They are a billet supply company, or rather an extrusion supply company that services service centers for the extrusion industry.
So they supply their own billet as well, sell it to other extruders?
No, they supply, actually, they supply extrusions to service centers.
Ah, okay.
They used to purchase billet, make the extrusion, and then supply it to service centers. What they now do, of course, is they make their own billet, convert it to extrusion, and then sell it then to their service centers.
And so you've had one project at Service Center Metals.
Yes, we had the first project was to produce around 50 million pounds a year of 9 and 14-inch diameter billet simultaneously, which we did, and that plant has now been running for a year. We recently received yet another order for phase 2 expansion, which will be at the same plant, but they would now be doing 100 million pounds a year of 9-inch and 14-inch billet. The difference between the two plants, of course, is to double the capacity, but secondly, the plant that we're building this time around will have a different kind of furnace, which is called a preheat shaft furnace, and that furnace itself affords Service Center Metals the luxury of buying a lower grade extrusion scrap and to be able to process that into billet.
Are you involved in any other projects currently that Hertwich is installing equipment at?
Yes, I'm obviously responsible for North America. We have recently received a large contract from Aluminicast down in Mexico for 2 continuous homogenizing lines and sorting and packaging lines. We have an ongoing relationship with the Alcoa Wheels division. We were the first company to horizontally cast 11-inch diameter billet for forging, and we're going directly into forging presses at their Alcoa Barbering facility and also the Monterey facility. And an interesting fact there is that Alcoa are currently purchasing our 14-inch diameter billet from Service Center Metals and are forging it in Cleveland. And they are now in the process of upgrading their plant in Barberton to be able to cast 14-inch diameter billet on our horizontal casting equipment.
Well, I'm hearing you say that Hertwich has had a lot of first ever sorts of equipment or solutions for the extrusion, for the aluminum industry.
Yes, in actual fact, yeah, primarily the billet market.
Okay.
We don't get so much involved in the slab market other than reprocessing sheet, especially for the automotive industry now that they're going towards the automotive, the bodies for the cars.
Yeah.
But Hertwich, we're a company that prides ourselves on, we sell technology. Everything that we try to bring to the game, we're trying to add value for our customers. You buy cheap scrap and you sell it a value-added product in one process with us. We like to be innovators rather than followers, and we've been told many times by our competitors that we can't do a certain thing, and turns out that here we are a few years later doing exactly what we were told we couldn't do. So we like to be innovators rather than followers.
Well, it's been very nice talking to you here at the Aluminum USA show, Andrew, and thank you for the interview.
No problem, Anne-Marie. Thank you.